Jennifer Snassi, you're watching News 24 Live. I'm joined in studio by Nolan Daniel from the Paradigm Group. And today we're going to be chatting about location-based messaging and marketing in South Africa. Hello.
Hi there.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, we're speaking location-based messaging and marketing. Now, just to lay your groundwork, can you just explain what exactly that is?
Okay, location-based messaging is basically sending your consumers relevant notifications, and very importantly, based on their location. So it's on-demand messages where it's relevant to them.
Now, why does this work so much in the retail environment?
Because ultimately what happens is you can get your consumers in store, and you can send them and target them notifications while they're in close proximity to either your retail outlet, or either if they're in store close to a certain fridge or whatever you might have where you want to draw their attention to.
Now, my question is, how do you do this without being creepy?
We can get to the creepy part of it but later. But what we offer, there's really two ways that you can do it. The one part is geofencing, where we actually use cell phone triangulation to locate your position. And that's kind of a big net. You can track consumers up to about 20 kilometers away. So that's where you send them something saying, we've got a special today. If we see you coming in this direction, maybe come in, and based on your previous buying behavior, we know that you are interested in, I don't know, red socks. And then the other technology is Bluetooth technology. It's iBeacons. So what that really is, it's a small little beacon that you place in store, and with that you can track and range consumers from about 50 meters up to about 30 centimeters. So you can really pick up that they're standing in the checkout aisle, and you can tell them, we know you bought a Kit Kat last time. How about a bar one that's on your left? That
sounds creepy to me.
It might be creepy, but if you think about it, people have been using location-based technologies for quite a while. Google Maps, if you use Uber today, which is obviously a big thing, that uses your location as well. And I think the important part when retailers start implementing the technology is to educate the consumers and tell them that you are aware that their privacy is important and respect it as well.
Now, I know from speaking to a lot of my friends and family, and me myself, we switch off the location settings as soon as we set our phone up. So how do you get around that to actually make this kind of marketing effective?
Okay, so the important part is to really send relevant notifications. So marketers need to resist the urge to bombard clients and consumers with messages that won't really be relevant to them. The whole idea is to use big data that you have and send something that would make them feel happy to receive it, so to speak. And it's also important to educate the consumers, and they need to be aware that they will be receiving location-based notifications. And as you know, you have a lot of apps like Uber today, and those apps use location as well. So people are progressively getting more used to location-based technology as well.
I think people are definitely getting more used to it with apps like Uber and Google Maps, but do you still think there's a negative connotation associated with location-based marketing? People think like, oh, they're tracking me. I know I've heard that a lot about some of the things that Google have implemented in the different ways they can track your behaviors. Do you think there's a negative association with that?
Yes, there certainly will be a negative connotation to it, and I'm sure the stigma will stick around for a while, but over time people will get used to it, and it's really it's a privilege to use the technology, and you shouldn't abuse it.
Yeah, and it really is going to make, I think, marketing that much better from a marketer's standpoint and from a consumer standpoint, because you don't get that junk you don't really want anymore.
Exactly. So if a coffee shop knows that you always buy iced coffee and it's a really rainy day today, they might send you, well, we know you like coffee, how about a nice cappuccino at a discounted price, because you don't really want iced coffee today.
Now let's talk about South Africa. What's the state of location-based marketing and messaging in South Africa? Are we on par with the rest of the world?
We're slightly behind the rest of the world. I don't really know of any major rollouts that's already live at this point. We've been working with a couple of major blue chip companies that are testing the technology, and they're piloting it at this point. I think a lot of companies are experimenting with the technology at this point, and you'll probably start seeing rollouts as of the second quarter to the end of this year.
What sectors are we going to see rollouts in?
I think retail predominantly, they're going to start the convenience industry, fashion maybe, and then you'll see that everyone later on will just start using it.